Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 207. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another dynamic and exciting show in store for you. Today we're going to be doing a rebroadcast of one of our most downloaded episodes, the first live BEB call-in show. So if you did not hear that show, definitely stay tuned. It was one of our most popular shows, and it had a great interaction between myself, the BEB family, and also my guest, Mr. Thane Martin, CPA. Now, before we get to today's show, just have a few updates. Update number one, my new book, A New Black Wall Street, is out. So if you're interested in e-commerce and building a successful and sustainable e-commerce business, go to anewblackwallstreet.com, anewblackwallstreet.com. The full title of the book is A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. 12 Steps to Six Figures in 12 Months, part-time. Now, if you need more than the book, we also have educatedecommerce.com, which is my online e-commerce course that takes you even deeper and holds your hand from point A to point B to help you build successful and sustainable e-commerce businesses. Now, let's get ready for the show, the first live BEB call-in show. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have a great show in store for you. Today, we are actually going to be playing the audio of our first live call-in show that was done last Wednesday, March 21st. And on that show, I had my CPA, the CPA of the stars, Mr. Thane Martin, and yours truly. Now, Thane discussed the new tax laws and how they affect entrepreneurs, and he took questions on everything taxes. And then we had a lot of BEB family members that had questions for me, so I fielded those questions, and it was a great dynamic being able to go back and forth with the BEB family. So once again, that was the first live call-in show, and we're going to be doing many more based on the response. We had so many people call in, I couldn't even take all the people. We had a ball. It was a great time. Thane enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely, and it's going to be the first of many live call-in shows. Here's the live call-in show, and stay tuned after the show for a little wrap-up. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family, first live call-in show, and hopefully many more. So you guys, if you on here right now, hit that social media button, tell everybody, give them the number. We're going to do some nice live interaction tonight. And tonight on the line, I have the CPA of the stars, Mr. Thane Martin. He's my CPA, and he's going to be talking about the new tax laws and how they affect us entrepreneurs. And also, we're going to be taking all kind of calls. So if you need to talk to me or want to talk to me about anything entrepreneurship, myself or my guest, Mr. Thane Martin, please do so. And like I said, guys, I'm looking forward to this. So as we're starting off, I want to introduce Thane. Thane is my personal CPA, good friend of mine, the best CPA that I've ever had. He actually saved my life because I had a previous, I didn't have a CPA, I had a previous accountant. And when I went to Thane, he was like, dude, you owe X amount of dollars to the IRS. So that's not a good thing. But he straightened me up, took care of me. And so for those of you who haven't heard the previous episode that Thane was on about a year ago, I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about him. Thane?
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for having me. I'm a little country guy, originally from Queens, New York, in the Philly area, as you said. Been in the accounting business, tax business for almost 30 years now. I've had my business for 24 years now, going on 25. As you said earlier, they say I'm the CPA to the stars. I don't look at myself that way. I'm just trying to help ordinary folks. I just so happen to deal with several athletes and entertainers. We deal with mostly small businesses, nonprofits, pension plans. We also have several athletes and entertainers, not only in the Philadelphia area, but all around the world.
Yeah, and I'm telling you guys, he does good work. So before you leave at the end of the show, bro, I'm gonna let you give your contact information. I know it's high time right now. It's crazy for you, and it's funny. I just got my stuff into you today. So can you get that turned around by tomorrow, man?
Tomorrow might be a little rough. We can do it though. We can get it done.
All right. Well, we got some callers lined up right now, but before we get to the callers, tell us a little bit about how this new tax law is going to affect us entrepreneurs and anybody just in general. And I know you have a lot of experience. Obviously, we want to take a good listen to what you say so we know how to prepare ourselves this year and also coming up in the future.
Okay. So what I want to talk about is the overall tax plan first, and then talk about how it affects entrepreneurs and small businesses and businesses in general.
Okay.
So with the overall tax plan, all of the individual tax rates are reducing, except for the 10% tax rate. The 10% tax rate is still the same. But before it used to go from 10 to 39. Now it goes from 10 to 37, which may not sound like much, but the graduation is much slower than it was before. So everyone's taxes is going to pretty much go down, except for those people that were in that 10% tax bracket. In addition, there were personal exemptions starting in 2018, tax returns that are due in April 15, 2019. You don't get a personal exemption. You may ask, what's a personal exemption? Personal exemption is for each person that you claim in the household, you get a deduction of $4,050 a piece, and that used to grow for inflation. Now, going forward, there's no more personal exemption. But the standard deduction has pretty much doubled. For a single person, it was $6,300. For a married person, it was $12,600. Now that number has grown, so the standard deduction will be $12,000 and $24,000. I think it's $24,600 next year also for the married filing jointly. So there's some give and take there. A lot of people that are itemizing or were used to itemize may not be able to itemize anymore, may only get the standard deduction. So there's got to be some tax planning done just to prepare for next year's tax returns, specifically entrepreneurs and small businesses. Now, moving over to the business side, there is a special deduction for pass-through entities. If you bring in less than $165,000, I want to say is that number, and $165,000 for a single individual. For a married couple, it's $330,000, somewhere in that range. If you have a small business, 20% of your gross receipts can be deducted. You don't have to pay taxes on 20% of your gross receipts, which is a huge benefit to small businesses. That's if you have a pass-through entity, that's an S Corp, a LLC, or a sole proprietorship. One other thing before go on, Jay, is for corporations, the top tax bracket used to be 39%. Now it's only 21%. So there's some certain things you got to see if you actually qualify for that 21% tax bracket. So there's definitely some benefits for small businesses.
Okay, what did you think when you first saw the tax bill? Did you think it was a positive for the small business person, the entrepreneur like us, or did you think it was a negative? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's definitely a positive. If you take advantage of the tax plan correctly, it's definitely positive. And then also, if you know the tax laws, there's a lot of positive things in there for the small business. The way the Trump tax plan works specifically for businesses. So, no, definitely.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we got a lot of callers lined up. Callers, just please be patient. First time, hopefully this system is working good today. It's a new software system we just imported. So first caller, I'm going to go to 469-514. 469-514. How are you? What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Nikenza Harrison. I'm sorry. My name is Nikenza Harrison. I go by Nike, and I am calling from Puerto Rico.
What? Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh.
Absolutely. I am excited. We are currently still working right now. I'm actually in a car. We're on top of a hill.
Okay.
Me and my husband are currently out here with our small business. We're out here helping restore the cabling and wiring infrastructure because, Puerto Rico got hit really bad
Right.
with the hurricane. So we're out here trying to, make a difference and collect. So we're just starting out as an LLC corporation as of October. So we have just so many things that we need to learn. I actually stepped away from my career to be side by side with my husband. So I'm self-teaching, and I'm so grateful for the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. I've been following you. I've been YouTubing everything. So thank you so much for that.
I appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
Nike, you have any questions for Thane or myself?
Absolutely. My question to you, because we are a veteran company and we specialize in cabling and wiring, we wanted to know, what is your knowledge on the laws with disabled veteran businesses? Like, what resources are out there for those who are considered a disabled company that's owned and operated?
That's a great question.
Okay, so
go ahead, Thane.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So there's not many benefits for as far from a tax perspective and the income tax on the federal side perspective. There's not many tax benefits from there, but there are several different organizations that are veteran friendly. That if you apply for their certifications, there's certifications on the federal side and on the state side. I'm sure there's something also in Puerto Rico that's available also that they give specific contracts and that are friendly towards veterans, to say the least. Also, being a female, there's also certain contracts that you can get for being a female-owned business. I'm assuming that you and your husband own half and half?
Yes.
Okay. So that would definitely be beneficial. And also there's also benefits for being a minority business. So there's certain contracts out there. I'd like to get sometime afterwards, get your name and I got your name, obviously, but your number at the end. I will drop my name and number, or my number, excuse me. If you want to, you can write it down now. I heard you said you was on a hilltop in a car.
Yeah, we are still working. There was an outage. So I'm on top of the hill with him in the car, though. So I'm glad I was the first caller because if we got to take off, I'll talk to you guys.
Okay.
All right. So let me give you my phone number real quick because there's definitely some things that you can do. My number is 215-732-1146. And I would love to talk to you in more detail about that, Nike.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck. And thanks.
A BEB family member. We appreciate you. Thank you. So software is working all right. We're about to do some rapid drive-by right now. Next, we're going to talk to area code 662-528. When you hear the beep, you're on.
Hey, how's it going, Jay?
All right. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Gerald, calling from Mississippi.
What's going on out there in Mississippi, brother?
A little bit of everything. I'm currently investing in real estate. And just the question that I had, I just wanted to know some tax breaks about using Roth IRAs to invest in real estate to get tax-free compensation for doing it. If you have any insight on it.
Okay. All right, Jay. So, yeah, there's definitely – what's your name one more time, brother? Gerald?
Gerald. Uh-huh.
All right, Gerald. Nice to speak to you, Gerald. So, yeah, there's definitely some benefits from investing through your Roth IRA or any type of IRA through real estate. Now, it can complicate the situations, which I'll talk about a little later, but I'm going to address your question about the tax benefits of it. So, the tax benefits of it is that you can set up those real estate holding companies and actually manage your real estate properties, whether it's flipping properties or it's just investment rental properties that you're getting income from. And it will continue to grow through your Roth IRA. And as you brought up earlier, you would get a tax benefit from it. So you can absolutely do that. There's certain companies, I couldn't tell you the name of any companies offhand, but we can talk about that at a later point in time also. There's certain companies that will assist you in doing setting up a real estate holding company through a Roth IRA, but there's certain administrative costs that go along with that. So you have to there's additional returns that you have to file, and you have to keep on track, keep on top of, and you have to continually report the value of your IRA. Do you have an IRA or retirement plan now?
No, not at the moment. I just actually researched it like day before yesterday, actually.
Okay. So when you have a retirement plan at the end of the year, they give you a 5498, and I know you got that once before, Jay. That 5498 shows you the value of what's in your IRA. So you have to keep up the value of it. You have to report the value to the IRS. You have to report any distributions or any contributions. So it can be administratively tough to stay on top of, but it could be beneficial down the road. And it could be very costly on top of, too.
So, Thane, why don't you give out your number again? And I just want to let everybody know that listening, with this software, you can listen while you're on hold, but after you talk, I have to drop you because we only have like 25 slots. And so don't be alarmed, because I will play this show. I'm going to edit it. And so even if you don't hear the whole show, the show will be up on the website and on the podcast. So we just have a limited amount of calls right now. We're up to the max, so we can't let you just hold on after your call. Gerald, do you have any more questions, brother?
Yes. Also, what, with your experience, what would be the best way to form like a LLC versus a S corp investing in real estate, like an umbrella type thing?
Excellent question. I get that question all the time. You're asking whether you should set up an LLC or S corp, correct?
Yes.
So you want to, whenever you're dealing with property or anything that appreciates, coins, collectibles, anything like that, you want to set up an LLC. Because you can have what's called a ghost tax when property appreciates. Let's say that you have a property at $100,000 and appreciates up to $200,000. There's certain things that could happen that could create you to actually owe tax on that appreciation. It's rare, but it's possible. So to avoid that, you want to set up the LLC. The LLC won't have that problem. From a S corp or a C corporation side, you would have that problem. So anytime you have property with appreciable property in it, whenever you have a business with appreciable property in it, such as real estate, you want to set up an LLC.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right, Gerald, we appreciate the call, brother. We got other people on the line, so we're about to go rapid fire and go through, but we appreciate your call, brother. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, man.
All righty. Let's see who we have now. Next, we need phone number, area code 612-388. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Dana, and I'm calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, you a Vikings fan out there?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you know we had to put it on you. I'm sorry, but that's all right.
I know. Yeah. Y'all won the Super Bowl. Y'all did a good job.
Yeah, we had to do it. Finally. How can we help you?
Finally.
So right now, I'm actually looking to get into e-commerce. I haven't fully started yet, but right now I live in a duplex. I own the duplex.
Okay.
And the last guy answered one of my questions, but all right, would any of the new tax laws affect me? Technically, I guess it's kind of my primary residence, but then I also, I rent the other side out. So I just wanted to see if there's anything major that, I would need to prepare for.
There's a few things that you need to prepare for, and the main thing is there's a limit to the amount of state and local taxes that are now deductible. In the past, you can take an unlimited amount of state and local taxes that may be subject to alternative minimum tax, and it still might be subject to alternative minimum tax. But now you can only take up to $10,000, which is absurd. So I'm assuming that your state and local taxes up there are not too high. How much are your real estate taxes?
Oh, gosh.
Right.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. So if your income taxes that you pay to Minnesota, along with your real estate taxes, are above $10,000, you would only be able to limit to $10,000. The good thing with you having a duplex is, though, the taxes that you're paying on your home are going to be split between you personally and your rental property. So you'll be able to kind of manage that and try to bring that below the $10,000. That's the main thing.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. We appreciate your call. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right. We got 718-781. Let's see if that's working. Can you hear me? Caller.
Yeah, Jay, how you doing?
Oh, there we go. All right. What's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
Hank from Queens, New York.
All right. What's happening, brother?
Queens. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Okay. All right, listen, I've been following you with the podcasts and things like that, and I've been getting a good feeling about this e-commerce. Is drop shipping something that's really good to follow? And I noticed just watching some of the YouTube channels, guys are talking about drop shipping big ticket items versus smaller items, but you always talk about testing first.
Yeah, well, drop shipping is good. There's certain things that you have to watch out for. So a lot of these drop shippers are drop shipping stuff from China, and they use a company called Oberlo, OBERLO.com, which integrates with a lot of like Shopify sites and other software. The issue with a lot of drop shipping is that you're at the mercy of the actual shipper. And so when you drop ship from China, your people need to know that that's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks to get to them. And in time, a lot of times you get a lot of returns because people are like, hey, I'm not used to waiting 2 to 3 weeks for a product. But drop shipping can be good. There's a lot of sources in the United States that do drop shipping. So Wayfair.com, which is a big like home and furniture place, they do drop shipping. And so there are a lot of places locally that do it. But yeah, it's a good opportunity. What you have to look at though is always your margins, because once again, you're going to have to drive traffic to get those sales. And now with drop shipping, you're getting the difference between what you charge and what the actual cost is. So you just need to make sure that your margins are there so you're able to market your product enough, be it on Facebook, social media, or however you're trying to market though. So, but yeah, it's a viable option, definitely.
Okay, now someone who's a beginner, are they able to hook up with these U.S. suppliers without a problem, or do the suppliers want to see some work that you've been doing already?
You're going to have some suppliers that they don't care as long as you have a heartbeat, they'll sign you up. And there's others that are higher ticket or I guess more stringent about their requirements. But there's a ton of different sources out there for you to actually find drop shipping. Really, one of the easiest things is you can just Google U.S. drop shippers for whatever product it is, and things will come up. And what you have to do is just play around a little bit, contact them. Hey, I'm about to start drop shipping. What is the process, the procedure? What's your standard shipping time? And things like that. So once again, you got to remember, they're trying to move product, and it's not costing them anything if you're going to start bringing them business. So most of these companies that are in the drop shipping, they really don't care what your experience level is.
Okay, so the Shopify is the way to start out, correct?
Well, I love Shopify. I just like them because they have so many different applications that you can use. So you can start off on the low end Shopify. I think was it $19 or something a month. But
right,
you do that. I think they're set up specifically for e-commerce, and I love them. So I'm a big proponent of them. But there's other platforms out there. But me, I go with Shopify. So you probably a Giants or a Jets fan, right?
Giants.
Oh, come on,
Giants.
man. I'm gonna have to hang up on you now, brother.
Giants. To be honest, yeah. Steelers.
I hear you, my man.
In New York, Giants.
Oh, Lord.
In New York, it's Giants, but outside of New York, it's Steelers.
There you go.
Hey, what part of Queens you from?
Jamaica.
Okay, I grew up in Rochdale. You said something like that.
Yeah,
up in
Farmers Boulevard, 120th Avenue, Merrick, over that way.
Understood. Okay. Well,
all right, brother. I appreciate
let's
you
not tell too many people you like Pittsburgh Steelers too much, all right, bro?
Well, that's history.
There you go.
I
appreciate your call, brother.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go to area code 509-385. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, Jay? My name is Lloyd Kelly. I'm serving in the military in the Air Force, but I'm originally from Louisiana.
Hey, brother Lloyd, how are you, man?
Oh, fantastic. So I've been kind of following you on Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and I really appreciate what you're doing
Thank you.
for the community. I mean, not just Black people, but minorities. So I appreciate that. So
Thank you.
I'm in the military. I'm full-time active duty. But me and one of my relatives, he's already got his business started, and we're trying to kind of grow it. But I just had a question as far as e-commerce is specifically.
Okay.
As far as products, so do you initially look for products that are trending, or do you go with something that you, I would say, believe in, but something that you're familiar with, and try to push that? And along with that question, where do you go to look for those products?
That's a great question. I actually look at both of them. So in terms of the trending products,
Okay.
you recognize and understand that a trend isn't going to last long. So if you have an opportunity to go into a market or a product space and make some quick money, recognize and understand that's exactly what it is. So you don't go in buying
Right.
10,000 units or whatever it is and hoping you can sell it. So yeah,
Okay.
what I really, if you're looking for the long game, long term, what you want to do is you kind of want to look around at some of the things that you may use. And I'll give you an example of a product that I sell. And the only reason I sell it is because my girls play field hockey. And so one day we were
Right.
out at a field hockey tournament, and my youngest daughter wanted these $15 socks, help keep your feet dry
Right.
and your shoes and your shin guards don't stink. And I said, $15 for it? Like, come on now. So I go home, I go online, and this is one of the sources I use, Alibaba.com. I go online and I
Okay.
see a similar pair of socks, and they cost like $1.25 for a pair. And with shipping, it was like, what, $1.85 all in per unit. And so I'm selling them
Wow.
online for $14.95. Now, that's a product that
Yeah. Okay.
most people, and I don't sell a lot of them, but I'm in that space because my kids are in that space. A coaching
Okay.
student that's he's a technician, and he started selling leather bags that carry your tools and stuff. Something I would have never thought of, but that's his experience. So you want to make sure whatever you get into that the margins are there, just like I told the other caller, that allow you to advertise,
Mm-hmm.
be it on Amazon pay per click or Facebook or whatever, because you're going to have to drive that traffic even on Amazon. So you want to look at products
Right.
that have margins, big enough margins. So Alibaba.com and Google. So you can Google. So say for example, you want to sell slippers, right? Private label manufacturers of slippers in the United States or in China.
Mm-hmm.
And you just start from there. And then you just reach out to them. And most of these manufacturing companies, they're used to getting people hitting them up. So it's not going to be anything new
Right.
or weird for them. So you just got to start digging around, try to find some products that have margins. Another product that I sell, insoles. Once again, my youngest daughter. She's field hockey. She's running around. So we go to the foot doctor, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you need these insoles for $89." I'm like, "Cause you got flat feet." I'm
Yeah,
like,
buddy.
"What? Come on." I go online. I found the exact same insoles we paid for $89 for $2.30. Shipping landed in the United States
Jesus.
$2.90. Come on, man. I'm selling them for like $40. So
Jesus.
it
But that's still, so you still run into that same issue that the other brother spoke about as far as using Alibaba, I'm assuming. The
well,
2 weeks, up to 2, 3 weeks of shipping.
Well, now the difference is with drop shipping is you're letting somebody else ship the product. Now, what I do, I don't
Okay.
really do drop shipping. So when I go and test a product, I may
Ah.
buy 100 units of those, and that's what I actually did with those insoles. I bought 100 units of these insoles, so it cost me
Yeah.
$230. I started running some tests, and I figure if I lose, I lose. So I'm going to lose 230. I started running some tests,
Yeah.
and these insoles you could actually cut so they could adjust in terms of the size of your foot. So the back part was
Okay.
static, but the front part you could cut to shape your foot. So it was a one size fits all. So I didn't have a lot of variations. And so now I have these 100 units, and I'm shipping them out directly. I was selling them on Amazon and then on one of my own sites. And then once I have that proof of
Okay.
concept, then I go back and all right, next time I'm gonna order 250, sell those close to out. Then I go
Okay.
order 300. So drop shipping, you're at the mercy of somebody else shipping your product. When you own the product up front, you got 2 or 3 days shipping or however you want to do it. So those are the differences
Okay.
with that. All right. So yeah, and I got
So,
I
so
got
I
a
don't
new
want
course
to,
coming out too. So I'll keep you guys posted on that.
man. So can I ask one more question?
Yes, sir.
Just one. So web page development, like you said, you use Shopify, right? You've
Yep.
used Amazon
Yep.
before. So as far as your own personal page, I'm sure you don't go out and create the page. Do you like contract that out,
You
or
are you
like how
talking about for my web pages, for my e-commerce,
for
or
your
just
yeah,
e-commerce? I'm straight
just
Shopify. Yeah.
or straight Shopify for
All
e-commerce?
my
Okay,
e-commerce sites are Shopify, and obviously on Amazon. I don't really do eBay too much except when I'm trying to liquidate stuff. But yeah, all of my sites are Shopify.
all right, got it.
Okay, brother. I
Appreciate it.
appreciate you, man. Take care. We're gonna go to this drive-by mode, guys. So we're gonna have to keep it kind of short. I got my man Thane Martin. I hear his stomach rumbling over there. I think he's getting hungry or something. You didn't eat dinner yet, brother? What's going on, man? All right.
I'm good, Jay. I'm good. I'm
You good?
hungry for more listeners and more callers. Let's make it happen.
All right. All right. We got 612-703 coming up. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Mariam Omari, and I'm calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure. And you're another Vikings fan, right?
I am not.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a positive.
But I will support. I do support our locals, so whatever that entails.
No.
You know, it's seasonal, right? It's seasonal.
Cool.
Not
Move with the
with you.
trend.
That's what's up. Oh, how can we help you tonight?
So, just because we're on speed mode, you know, I'm not going to give you all the questions I had, but I'm a brand new catering company in Minneapolis. Our anniversary is actually next month, and we're moving into the phase where, you know, we've done all of our investing, but we didn't get loans or anything. We just kind of reinvested back into the business. And so now, through some testing and a product we created called Stay Well Tonic, we are finding ourselves venturing into the beverage industry as well. And so I guess my question might be for both of you, because I'm wondering, A, if there's any tax advice that you have for new catering businesses, you know, on the level of not having a bunch of loans and anything like that. You know, we're not paying out anything. We don't have any overhead really, except for like inventory that we buy for our clients and things. But, you know, we're really on a nice clean slate, if you will, and we're just trying to keep things real, you know, keep the horse before the cart, if you will. And then also for you, Jay, I was wondering, is there any advice you have about moving into the beverage industry, like as far as making sure that we can, you know, not get bought out, or, you know, how to, like, do we need a patent, things like that?
All right. Thane, you want to go
You go
first?
first, Jay.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
I can go.
Okay. In terms of the actual beverage industry, that's a very competitive industry. In terms of patenting, I believe, don't hold me to this, but I think liquids like perfumes and drinks, I don't think they can be patented in terms of the formulation. Obviously, the name can be trademarked. So you can mimic almost anything. Just like if you see those perfume guys at the mall selling the knockoffs, a lot of times it's the same formulation. So with that, though, you do have a great platform since you already have an entree with your catering business. So if you brand your product and start selling it through your catering business, then you can get a name for it and start to branch out from that point and maybe take it into retail, online, and things of that nature. So I think you have a great platform. And one of the things that I always tell people is when you have a platform, test it, see if it works. Hey, guess what? You're only going to learn if it works or if it doesn't. And you're going to take that information and you're going to use that as you move forward. So in terms of what size you selling specific bottle sizes, or how are you selling it right now?
Well, actually, Jay, we did exactly. I am an avid fan of you. I mean, I cannot be more proud of the work that you do, and I take your advice very seriously. And so what we did was, when we came up with the product, we decided to test it. And so all last summer, what we did was we went to different events in the city, and we were giving out samples. Cool. And then through those samples, the free samples, people were buying it.
Oh,
and so we sold probably, well, I'd say probably over 200 to 300 bottles in a course of 6 months just through word of mouth.
That's great.
And we didn't advertise it at all because, again, we don't have a license for
Right.
it, but we do have a catering license. And so we were very careful about not like boasting it too much and bringing the wrong attention. So we did do what you said also with the catering. So like when customers come to us and they're like, do you offer any beverages? Instead of offering them things that we would buy, we instead offer them this, as well as a masala chai that we also created. And the medicinal benefits of both of these products are extremely high. And so that's why we're like in this protection mode, because while we know that Pepsi and Coke, you know, have the same product, and we also know that businesses like that will try to buy us out. And we're not opposed to that, but we just want to be in a position where we aren't as naive as we are on the front end, if you will.
Right. No, I get it.
We're new to the game.
Yeah, because you want to build.
So let me.
I just want to say this real quick thing. You want to build that kinship or that relationship with your people, because once you have that, that's when you become valuable. And now if somebody does come to the table and try to knock you off or whatever, you have some ammunition. You're like, look, we have these customers, and it might be a thing. Hey, it might be your exit strategy. You might decide, you know what, these guys are going to pay me. Hey,
that is the plan. That is the exit strategy.
There you go.
The actual for co-packing and things like that into a manufacturing. Exactly.
Cool.
And, you know, that is 100% where we're trying to go, because I am 40 years old, so I ain't got a whole lot of,
I know that's right.
extra time. But
Cool.
as far as the taxes are concerned, too, you know, we're trying to be careful, because do we then, integrate those sales, even though it's not licensed, into the catering company's gross income? Or is it something that we keep separate? Like, we're so confused on that. And when we reach out to the city, they're not very friendly. You know, they're not like, yeah, come on in and have a drink. You know, no, that's not what they're saying to us at all. You know, in fact, it's very difficult to even get a hold of them.
Cool.
Like, they don't even want to communicate. So it's like we're kind of feeling like we're in a dead-end spot as far as where we can move to really make a move, because we believe that through our testing and through the testing we did on ourselves from the medicinal point of view, it's a hit.
There you go.
You know, and yeah, so.
Well, Thane, what do
Let
you
me
think?
ask you a quick question. What type of entity are you set up as? Are you a corporation, S Corp, LLC, sole proprietor?
An LLC. Right now, it's me and my business partner, but we did some like investor move on that, kind of where she started the business and we started it together. And then, you know, I've been playing a role as also an investor in the business.
Okay. So without knowing all the details, I would set it up as a corporation as opposed to an LLC to give you some greater protection. How long has the business been open?
It'll be a year next month in April,
cool.
April 17th.
Okay, well, congratulations on coming up on this year. You're very welcome. One of the new laws that Trump put into the plan is that if you buy an SUV or a truck, you can actually take a 100% deduction. That was the case about 10 years ago, and they removed it. And now that's back. So I don't know if you need to get a truck for your catering business, but that's an extra tax deduction you can take. Something interesting also, Jay, that's new is before you could take a deduction for meals and entertainment, they removed the entertainment portion of it. So now it's only meals. So just be careful on the entertainment side of things.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
Great. Well, we appreciate your call.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. And like I said, guys, we're on Drive By. All right. And just to let you guys know, we got a whole lot of people in the queue. I'm just going to let you know we got 203-953 coming up, 313-704-267-767, 225-603, 504-382, 504-450, and a couple more. So we're going to be on drive-by mode, guys. So, you know, I love to be able to chop it up for 10 minutes with everybody, but we want to give everybody a chance. So
this is Emmanuel calling from Stamford, Connecticut. Jay, how you doing?
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good, good. I knew it was a Connecticut number. I said, all right, what's up, man? What's going on, man? How can we help you tonight?
I had a quick question regarding the new tax plan. So I don't have all the details, but from what I understand, there's starting this year, any businesses are getting back 20%. Is that correct? Was that 20% on gross income, or what's the factors? What are the facts exactly?
So you're not getting back. What you're doing is you're getting a deduction for 20% of your gross income. If you make less than $157,000, if you're single, if you're married filing jointly, if you make less than $315,000, you'll get that 20% reduction of gross income. If you make more than that, then there's some other caveats that you have to fulfill. You have to have some employees, and then there's also some questions about whether you have any capital gains, as if you sold any assets, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, there's a 20% reduction. So if you made $100,000 from your business and you had $50,000 worth of expenses, well, that $100,000, $20,000 reduction right away. So bringing from 100 down to 80 is what your income would be, less the $50,000 expenses. So you would only have to pay taxes on $30,000.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
So also with the I think I heard also if you're married now, the first 10,000 combined does not get taxed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Cool.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's what's up. All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Hey, let's stay connected, man. Keep me up to date on your progress, man. Okay, brother. Good talking to you.
Absolutely, will do.
All right, man.
Thank you.
All right, we got 313-704 coming up. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Jay. Hi, Dan. My name is Kiana, and I am from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey,
and
Kiana.
I just have a few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey. So I have questions for both of y'all. Dan, first I want to ask you, like, far as a CPA or an accountant, when do we seek that out if we're not making any money on our business?
Right away, to be honest with you, so CPA more than likely will be able to help you start to make some money. So you want to have. I tell people all the time when they start a business, they want to have some sort of financial team around them. So you want to go to some mentors and you want to reach out to some folks, which should include a CPA, a lawyer, an insurance broker, some people that have some more sort of experience in the field that you're looking at so that they can help you, guide you in the right direction, hopefully so that you can be productive. The right answer is right away.
Okay, what if we don't have the money for that if we're not making any money? Like if we're on a really, really, really strict budget, what are our options for that or seeking them out?
I'm gonna say then you're in trouble. But I'm sure in Detroit they have what is it called? The Chamber of Commerce. I'm sure if you go to the Chamber of Commerce in Detroit, I'm sure they can direct you in a certain specific way on who could help you in your city. I'm sure that there's CPAs in your city that are doing some pro bono work that can assist you. And if not, then I would also look at the NABA chapter, National Association of Black Accountants. I'm sure there's somebody else there in Detroit that would be able to help you.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I definitely have a few organizations that come to mind. Great. So I'll look into that. Okay, and also for you, Jay, I just want to say thank you for creating this podcast. Thank you for creating this platform. I watch your YouTube videos. I follow you on Instagram, and you give out very resourceful and informational information.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you being a BEB family member. Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, far as now, you mentioned about Alibaba and going on there. So last year, I've been in business, trying to do the whole e-commerce thing now for over a year, really going into 2 years. I've had bumps in the road and stuff. I purchased items from Alibaba, and it's just kind of been a little bit of a journey, if you will. Right. So as far as going on Alibaba, I wanted to ask you, like, how do you seek out the suppliers who are cheap with good quality products? Like, is it just a matter of you constantly being on there for hours at a time at night, up at 2 and 3 in the morning trying to search through? Like, how do you weed out that process?
That's a great question. One of the things, you can go on Alibaba, and on the left side of the column, you can check for gold suppliers. And gold suppliers have a high rating with customers such as you and I. So you want to sift out the no good companies and check only gold suppliers. So now when you do a search, say you're doing a search for insoles, it'll only show the gold suppliers. So that's the first thing that you want to do. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go and you want to send an email. And a matter of fact, shoot me an email when you get a chance, and I'll send you my template that I actually send to manufacturers about what I ask, a minimum order quantity, shipping time, things of that nature. So just shoot me an email to jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, and I'll get that back to you first thing in the morning. But and you really just want to dialogue, and you want to send out requests to about 3 or 4 different companies, and certain things you want to look for. If they have bad English and it's hard to communicate via email, unfortunately, you don't want to deal with that, because it's going to take you 10 emails, to get one thing answered when it should take one email. So you want to look at things like that,
Okay.
how responsive they are. And once again, you always want to deal with gold suppliers. But yeah, just shoot me that little message via email, and I'll get my template out to you. And this is what I send to all of the manufacturers. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. You
Take
guys have
care.
a good evening.
You too.
Take care.
All right. We got a 267-767 Philly in the house. What's your name? I know where you're calling from.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Enjoying the beautiful nor'easter.
Yeah, man. What's your name, brother?
Beautiful. Mark.
Okay, cool. What's happening, Mark?
Yeah, my name is Mark. How you doing? I'm in a real estate investor, also a realtor, as a trade. I had a quick question in regards to, I bought a property in November of last year, not in operation right now. I wanted to put in operation this year. First question, it's under LLC, and I'm looking to take equity out of that and buy a new home. My first question was, should I put it in a separate LLC, or could I put it in this, or would it be wise to put it in the same LLC?
Well, you can have it in a separate LLC or a new LLC, either one. I myself tell people to put it all under one umbrella. There's pros and cons to it all. An earlier caller was talking about something similar to that effect. And my thing is that if you set up a new LLC for each building that you buy, you have to have a new tax return for each one of them. You can set up an administrative nightmare going on. So if you have 15 buildings that you're working on, I don't know if that's possible, or even just 5 buildings, man. You got 5 different sets of books you're gonna have to keep track of, 5 sets of minutes and bylaws and things of that nature that can be administrative headache to deal with. The other side, that's from a tax perspective. Now, from a legal perspective, a lawyer was on the phone. Lawyer's going to say, absolutely, you need to keep each one because it's going to keep you protected. So, you got to look at to see what's the pros and cons and how you feel about each one of those pros and cons.
Okay. And another question in regards to the tax benefits. Any tax benefits regarding real estate for next year? There
are various tax benefits. Again, we talked about the real estate tax deduction is being actually decreased, so you can only take up to $10,000. So if you have investment properties, which is different from rental properties, investment properties, you can take the deduction on your Schedule A as an itemized deduction. That is actually going to be limited. But as we talked about before, as far as the pass-through entities, reducing your income by 20%, that's also going to affect rental properties also. So there are some benefits there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Thank you, sir. You answered my question.
You need to come down to 15th and Walnut, man. That's where he's at, brother. That's where Thane is.
No doubt.
Definitely. Call the office, man. My number is 215-732-1146. Call the office. Get on my calendar, man. Let's sit down and wrap.
Cool.
Okay, 215-732.
1146.
1146.
Cool.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, bro. Take care.
You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you, my man.
All right, now.
Peace.
Good luck to you.
Go Eagles. Go Eagles.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, amen. That's what's up.
All right. Look, we got about 10 more callers on the line, so we're going to go rapid fire. We got 225-603 coming up, 504-382, 210-577, 571-355, 859-585. 509-385-804-833-704-228-563-302-229. So we're starting off with 225-603. What's your name and where you calling from?
Irene Coates calling from Louisiana.
Hey, Irene, how are you this evening?
Great. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Wonderful.
Well, I am an entrepreneur. I have my own product line, and I guess my question is, how do I brand this product? I am a salon owner also, so how do I brand this product to go beyond the salon?
Okay, what type of product is it? Is it a hair product, a liquid?
It's a hair product.
Okay. All right. First thing that you want to do is you want to physically brand the product by your packaging. So I don't know if it's in a bottle or spray bottle or whatever, but, and this is what I do all the time when I create new products, I would look to find a name that's trademarkable that you can trademark. Go on uspto.gov and you can search under the TESS trademark search. Then since you have a platform, you have a salon. So now you can start selling your product out of the salon. And then what you need to do is you need to get a UPC code, which is a barcode, and you need to have somebody design your labels, because if you want to take it outside of your salon, it's going to need to be retail ready. Most companies aren't going to take a product that they can't scan with a barcode. And with the barcode, you go to GS1, like government services, the number 1.org, and you can buy your own barcodes. You're another one. Do me a favor tomorrow, and I'll shoot you some specific information. Just shoot me an email at jjones, JAYJONES, at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, and I'll shoot you some specific information on it, because it's a little more detailed than just doing that. But you have a great platform where you can start. You've already obviously tested the product. People like it. Now it's about getting that product out, and you can use affiliates to do that. I'm kind of in that space, similar space too. So you can also find sales organizations that will sell to salons, and I'm sure you're more familiar with that than I am. And just like Paul Mitchell, he went around just knocking on doors, and now Paul Mitchell is everywhere. But that same type of concept. But the first thing you have to do is make sure that it's retail ready. And I'll shoot you, once you shoot me an email, I'll give you the details that you need to get that retail ready.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for being a BEB family member.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. All right. We have 571-355. 571-355. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Andrew. I'm calling from Maryland.
Okay. What's up, brother? How are you?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, I want to, thank you, Jay, for the platform you bring, and also thank you for that interview you did with Thane. I'm a Morgan graduate myself, so cool. I appreciated your interview. So
thank you.
I had two questions. I had two questions. First question is, I wanted to know, for the tax purposes, in terms of starting a business, I'm thinking of starting a personal services business, and my goal would be to, teach financial literacy to students, adults, people of all ages. Maybe what would be the best tax entity to start with that, or business entity, and also, Jay, if you can get your thoughts on that type of business, maybe some things you've seen and some advice you can give me to possibly run that.
Thane, you want to go first?
Well, from a tax, yep. From a tax perspective, what you want to do is you have to really look at the global side of things. Or do you expect to have a loss in the first few years? Do you expect to have a profit? How much of that profit do you expect? What are you trying to do with this business? Are you trying to grow it into a franchise and sell it off at a later point in time? So there's a lot of things that you should look at. But on just the basics of what you're telling me, I would set up an S corporation. It sounds like you're not going to have a lot of overhead. Is that correct?
Yes, I would anticipate that.
Okay. And you should probably have a decent amount of revenue. So if it was me, I would start an S corp. You definitely don't want to start a C corporation. Personal service corporations are taxed at a flat 35%, so you want to avoid that tax rate. But definitely an S corporation is the way I would go based on what you're telling me. Anything above $70,000, that's what I would do. If you're going to make less than $70,000 your first year, you might just want to just stay a sole proprietor, which is the simplest form of a business, and it'll keep your administrative costs down.
Got it.
Cool.
Got it. Thank you.
Now, in terms of the services that you're providing, so your personal financial service, like financial planning or credit, debt, what type of services? And then I'll be able to expound a little bit for you.
Well, I wanted to break it out in different areas. First would just be general financial education to, anywhere from like high school students just needing some understanding to build their financial acumen. Professionals in the workplace that might not have the financial education they need as working class professionals. So kind of the general education. The second would be maybe digging in one-on-one personally on each individual's finances to kind of hone in on what they need help with. So that would be kind of the second area. And then third might be potentially if I'm able to build the expertise in the background, maybe certain things like, helping with credit or helping with certain things that might have more research on my end to kind of dig in and more of the specialized consultant in certain areas.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, brother, you hit on three things that I was actually gonna talk to you about. So the first thing you mentioned with high school, you can actually get paid a lot of money speaking in high school. So if you create a book about, personal financial acumen or whatever, you can. I have a buddy of mine that actually speaks. He just got paid $3,500 for a 50-minute talk at a middle school last week. So you can break into that. Yeah, that speaking market for schools, high schools and middle schools is crazy. So, but a lot of times you need a book, and you're probably going to have to do some free speaking or free things first to build up your cachet and your resume. Second, you mentioned workplace. Do you know? I actually wrote a book, and I mentioned it on one of the podcasts. Or actually, I mentioned it one of an interview I was doing. It was called a Financial Prosperity Blueprint, and it actually talked about how to personally improve your credit, debt to income ratio, things of that nature based on my personal experience. But I never published it because it's always changing. But one of the things is that going through workplace financial literacy, that's huge, because an employee that's under financial duress is not as productive as an employee that has their finances together. So corporations will pay you if you create the curriculum. It can be an online curriculum. You can sell that to corporations and organizations for their employees. And so that's another huge market. Now, in terms of your individual counseling that you talked about that you might do, one of the things is that can bog you down. So if you can create the platform like an online course where you can feed people into that, where you're not changing, your dollars for hours, that may help. And then on certain situations, if you need to do the individual counseling, you can do that. But I kind of was looking at doing that years ago myself, and it just got to the point that I couldn't do as many one-on-ones. And once again, I was trading dollars for hours. So you may want to look at a platform that you create that you can deal with multiple people, get your message out there to as many people as you can, and it doesn't necessitate you being there. So, but you're on the right path, man. Those 3 points that you're looking at is right there, man. So just keep pushing forward, brother. Keep me posted on your progress, man, and hopefully I can get you on the show one day, man. All right?
Maybe, man, maybe.
I appreciate you, brother. All right. Take care, man.
All right. Thank you both.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Yeah. Next, we have 859-585. All right. What's your name and where you calling from?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
I'm good. What's your name, brother?
How you doing? My name is Tyrell Hayden. I'm out of Lexington, Kentucky.
Cool.
I'm at the gym right now, so I'm trying to finish everything up here.
I hear you, brother. Getting it in, huh?
First off, I want to thank you for this platform, and thank you for having this, I guess, this conference call. That's how I see it, because we're all trying to progress and keep things in life. First off, I run a website through eBay. Well, I buy and resell shoes. I do that on the side. I'm also a personal trader on the side. And then my main business is I own a multi-service real estate company.
Okay.
And it's called the Hayden Group. And that's kind of where I'm gearing my focus towards. I'm kind of liquidating my eBay store. And I'm kind of cutting down on my clients on the personal training business.
Okay.
My question is for rental properties and investment properties, is there a certain amount or a certain number of properties should I have in LLC before I start another one, or should I put all the properties and the rental properties and investment properties in one LLC? And then my second question is, I'm really trying to build something that lasts longer than me, kind of like a generational wealth thing, something that will last at least probably 2 or 3 generations. And I'm thinking about, is it too early right now to start estate planning and setting things up to kind of protect the assets that I do acquire over time and leave behind after I'm gone?
I'll answer those questions, Jay. Anything to leave out, feel free to chime in.
Okay.
But as far as the estate, is it too early? It's absolutely positively not too early. It's never too early to start estate planning. So jump on it right away. The earlier, the better. The better way you can plan things out. I often tell people that life insurance is an important part of estate planning. And the earlier you jump into life insurance, the cheaper it is. So definitely jump into that as soon as possible. Your next question was about setting up separate LLCs for the different buildings. I'm not a big proponent of setting up separate LLCs. Another caller called earlier and asked a similar question. It could be an administrative nightmare. You may have to do a separate tax return for each one of those LLCs, depending on your state laws and your local laws. You also have to keep track of minutes and other things, as opposed to just setting all up under one LLC and having the proper amount of insurance, the proper amount of. You can also have dwelling insurance the same way that you're looking for that, or a similar way to protect you from the without the administrative cost.
I appreciate that.
Hopefully you get these in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. Cool. All right, brother. You got a lot going on back there, man. All right, brother.
All right, yeah. Sorry about that.
That's all right, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, man. Peace.
I appreciate it.
All right, we got 804-835. 804-835. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, my name is Brittany, and I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
L.A. I love L.A. How are you, Brittany?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I have a question. My husband and I, we have a barber shop, and we did it under LLC, but then we have it as his shop is doing business as, and we're trying to grow and get a bigger shop. And I just wanted to know, like, the best way about going to do that, as far as, you know, should we try to do like a business loan, or if, you know, because initially we wanted to save some money, but we keep getting different answers about, you know, using your own money versus going to borrow from banks, or and then we're also worried about like the marketing as well. So just wanted some advice on how to grow.
Well, I'm going to let you tackle that, Jay. I got my own opinion on it. I'm going to let you tackle it first, and then I'll chime in after you know.
All right. Well, there's two schools of thought. I mean, bootstrapping is one, and then borrowing money. And Thane is the CPA. But if your cash flow is there consistently, and you have a history of doing business, and you didn't just start yesterday, and you don't know what your expected returns are. So if you have a history and a cash flow that you know that you normally meet, if you're able to bootstrap it, I would look at that opportunity. But once again, other people's money. Now, when you take other people's money, there's things that come with that. So you gotta kind of have to look about, you know, what's most important to you, growing slowly and doing it yourself, or taking outside money and then being able to, or not being able, but have to be able to make that payment. Because once again, leverage is great, but you just want to make sure that you make the right play. Now, how long has your business been in, the barbershop been in business?
It's now going on 2 years.
Okay.
But he's been a barber for a good while, for I'll say over 15 years. But you know, just it's kind of like he got pushed into his own space, but he wants to do something that's different, because we have a lot of the same issues, or other barbers tell us the same issues that they're having. So he wants to just set up something that has a different atmosphere. We're just trying to figure out how to get there or get the funding.
Have you done an estimate of what it's going to cost?
Yes. So we actually we went through a process of trying to get a building, and that's another thing. He was considering using a business partner. So they went through all the steps. We did all the financial things, but they didn't. It didn't go through because they said it would be conflict of interest with another shop that they had.
Okay.
So we know it will be expensive, and I know we would need, some assistance if we were to do it now with the funding versus trying to wait to save up.
Okay. Okay.
Money, yeah.
What I would say is this, and I've been in situations, if you listen to the podcast, where I've laid asleep at night looking at the ceiling trying to figure out, and on two occasions, on separate occasions, but because I didn't have the money to pay bills because my business was tanking, and also then there's other times when I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm like, man, I got all of this damn debt that I have to pay off in loans, for expanding my business. So you can get in trouble in both ways. So if your history, and this is just my personal opinion, if you find the right partner, and that's hard a lot of times, if you find the right partner that's able to come in and understands that, hey, it's going to take a while to get your return, or however you guys figure that thing out, I wouldn't necessarily go to a bank per se, but you can get more lenient terms if you have somebody, an investor that you may partner with. But once again, I've been partners with some of my best friends, and it didn't work out in terms of business. So that's something you have to be very careful too. So one of the things I would say, the first thing is try to increase whatever you're doing now. Try to maximize what you're doing now. In terms of your marketing, if you can increase your number of chairs or whatever, and try to build that revenue up, because once you have money, you have options. So, but my personal thing is, if it's me, I'm going to always try to bootstrap first, unless it's something that I know that I just can't reach. If I'm trying to buy an apartment building for $1 million, I know I'm not bootstrapping for that. I need to get other people's money. So I think you kind of have to kind of weigh that. Thane, from your perspective, what are your thoughts, man?
I say I agree about 95% with you, Jay. I definitely agree that you got to be able to pay that nut. If you know that if you're going to get a loan and you feel very comfortable that you're going to be able to pay that nut, I think, you know what, you go out there with nothing to lose, and you go get that money. But you got to have a solid plan ready to go. Go get that money and put that money into action so that you can produce enough money to pay back that loan. Borrowing other people's money is the quickest way of growing, as opposed to bootstrapping. Bootstrapping is the most safest way to go. And it's the hare and the turtle, right? So the turtle is nothing wrong with the turtle and moving slow and growing, but we are a society of want it now. You know what I mean? We are we are the instant coffee, instant rice, microwave society, and we want it now. But you've got to be smart about doing it. You said you have an LLC. I would talk to your tax advisor and your lawyer if you should continue to be an LLC, specifically if you're looking at getting loans. I think a corporation would be better. If it was me, I would think it'd be a corporation. Anytime someone's dealing with someone's hair, someone's head, their personal body, a corporation gives you greater protection. I would think that you guys would want that greater protection. Plus, most times you pay a little less taxes with an S corp than you would with an LLC. Most times.
Okay, and there is a way to convert it, correct, from an LLC to an S corp. I think
Yes, there is. Yes, there's an election you can do. Yep.
Thank you, both.
Oh, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have any questions, Thane, what's your give out your number again?
You got any questions? Any more questions? Feel free to give me a call at 215-732-1146.
Cool.
1146. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Okay. All right. We have, let me see, 2, 4. We got 6 more callers left, and then we shutting it down, guys. Just let you know, we got 228-563 getting ready to come up, 337-350, 601-480, 865-617, 225-603, and 469-514 will be our last caller. So now we have 228563. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's going on, fellas? This is Nick Eden.
Hey, yo, brother Nick. What's up, baby?
What's going on, Jay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's happening?
Nothing much, man. I didn't have a question. I just wanted to call in and say, great show. This is a great platform. Thane, you got some knowledge, brother. Like, seriously, serious knowledge. And I just want to say, y'all keep doing your thing. I'll be listening in every time you do the call-in show. And I hope to hear Thane on again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, tell Danielle I said what's up, man. I appreciate you, brother.
I definitely will. She's doing a training call right now, but I'll definitely tell her.
Cool. I appreciate that, man. All right, brother. I'll talk to you. You too. All right, that's my boy Nick and Danielle. That they actually were on the show, Push the Go button. So they're a very enterprising couple. So if you haven't heard that episode, go Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Check it out. Push the Go button with Nick and Danielle Eden. Great entrepreneurial couple. Next we have 865-617. 865-617. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Jay? This is Mike Dorsey. How you doing, my brother?
Mike D, what's up, baby? How are you?
Man, I'm doing wonderfully well, man.
What's
like my man that called not too long ago, I don't have a question right now, but I want to make a comment, man. The thing is, you brothers coming on and really establishing some tactical know-how for us to throw into our lives right now, man. This is second to none, man. And I've been on multiple calls with all kinds of experts from all walks of life. This tops it. So
appreciate
an endorsement from me, my man, 100%, brother. So y'all keep up the good work, man.
My man, appreciate that, Mike. I'll talk to you, baby.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, man. D, thank you. I don't even know Mike D, but I like Mike D, man. It comes with a lot of energy.
Yes, sir.
He should be a rapper, dude. Mike D's staying all the way.
That's it, baby. All right, we got 469-514. 469-514. What's your name?
Yes, I can hear you. This is Nike again from Puerto Rico.
Hey, what's happening, Nike?
I had another question. My husband got in a car. We're finally almost home. So we have one more question to ask you guys about, again, starting off as a new business as of October 2017. So we're super excited, but we want to know about as far as the taxes. Are we entitled to a refund? Do businesses get refunds if, I guess, the costs outweigh what we owe? Like the expenses are more than what we owe. Do we get that back, or how does that work?
Well, that's a good question. I get questions like that all the time. So, and I try to give really simple examples. If you asked me for 10 pieces of paper and I gave you 12 pieces of paper, right?
Right.
And you see that I gave you 12 pieces of paper, then I'm due 2 pieces of paper back. Well, it's the same thing with the taxes. If you owed $10 and I gave you $12, then you're due the $2 back. You're getting back. It's a refund. You're getting back what you overpaid and gave. So if you're making, as a business, if you're making estimated tax payments and your estimated tax payments are based on what you believe your income would be throughout the year, you make 4 quarterly estimated tax payments. And if you're overpaid, when you actually reconcile your tax return to those estimated tax payments, if you have overpaid, then you will get a refund.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, it does. You have a question?
Yeah. So, because for me, I'm curious. So my thing is, let's say as far as when it comes to write-off towards the end, coming to the taxes. So let's say if I made $100,000 for the business from October to the end of the 31st of December.
Yes.
And from that time frame, I ended up first. That's how much money I made. As far as coming back to pay taxes for it, I owe, let's say, 10% of what the company earns. So equipment for the company, it totaled at $20,000. So would I receive $10,000 back, or would I use that extra $10,000 to carry on to the next year? As far as my taxes.
Okay, all right, I got your question. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this. So let's go back one second. Originally, you said you had a $10,000 profit, right? And if you got a $10,000 profit, depending on what type of business you have, let's say it is a C corporation, then you would pay 15% taxes on that $10,000. So your tax would only be $1,500. You follow me? Um,
Gotcha.
now, now you talked about equipment, right? So equipment is something funky that has depreciation. That if you bought it for $20,000, you could take what's called a Section 179 expense, and you would only be able to bring it down to zero. But let's say that you bought supplies. You bought $20,000 of supplies. So that $20,000 supplies will bring you into that negative number you were talking about. So it will be negative $10,000, and you would be able to carry that negative 10,000 forward. Um, until 2018, or before 2018, I should say, you would be able to carry that back 2 years. But the new Trump tax plan, you can't carry it back any longer. You can only carry it forward. Does that make sense?
Roger.
Okay, good, good, good.
Cool. All right. We appreciate you guys. And we have the last call coming up. 225-603. Just call back. Hopefully you're there. 225-603. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I spoke with you earlier. My name is Irene,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
am calling from Louisiana.
What's happening? Hey, Irene, I'm gonna have to charge you for double dipping tonight. All right? Nah, let me stop.
This is my first time on here. That you will be asking me multiple questions. But while I have you on the phone, can I get your email again?
Yeah. J Jones, JAYJONES at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Long as heck. J Jones at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. That's all you needed?
Yep, that's
Okay.
all I needed.
All right. We got one more coming in. Thanks a lot, Irene.
Thank you.
All righty. All right. Looks like we got one more. 469-514. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm so sorry. This is Nike again. I was just listening.
Oh, you were just all right. That's all right. You know what? That's cool. But now I appreciate that. That means you've been enjoying the show, I presume, right?
Absolutely.
Cool.
But if I can ask one last question.
Of course.
Feel free.
You'll have me. Like I said, we are a new up and running company. Our contract is beginning to come up in Puerto Rico, so we'll be coming back to the States, to Dallas. So all of our certifications, as you spoke about on the first time I called in, are pending. But my question to you is, what would you look for in a CPA? Because we have to find one. So what would you look for? What characteristics? What do we need to ask? What do we need to know?
Excellent question. I would want to know exactly what do they focus on and the type of businesses they focus on, or if they even focus on businesses. There's CPAs that don't even deal with taxes or don't even deal with small businesses. Just like there's doctors that you have very different variations of doctors. You might have a heart doctor or a brain surgeon or a foot doctor or just a family medicine. There's CPAs that focus on different things. So I would want to know what their experience is with similar types of businesses like yours, being that you're working quasi-internationally in Puerto Rico. What are their experiences with that also? And how long have they been in the business? And I would also ask if they have any references. Those would be my focus. And 99% of my business comes from references. And I would talk to people that you know and find out who are they comfortable with, because that's going to be your best reference.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I can second
You're
that,
welcome.
because now Thane and I have been friends for I can't even count the years, but he actually came from a reference from one of our mutual friends. And when he was like, yo, this is the guy you need to talk, he was spot on. And so, like I said, I couldn't do what I do without him. If if I didn't have him, I might have been in jail with that other CPA or other accountant I had. But my man tightened me up, and that's one thing. I don't mess around with the IRS, and I'm telling you, it's great to have a good CPA in your corner, somebody that you can count on. So anybody that needs a CPA, this is the man you need to talk to. Not because he's my friend, but because he knows exactly what he's doing. And you can obviously tell by the way he's answering these questions. So Nike, I appreciate you. You know, like I said, reach out to me if you need any questions, and you got Thane's number. All right, cool. All right, brother, it's just me and you. We just
Good luck, Nike.
Yeah, we just closed it on out. That was the last call. Man, I want to thank you once again for sharing time with the BEB family, laying it down, man. I'm telling you, bro, if you don't know now, you know. Cause you were kicking it, man. You were espousing answers, and that's know-how, bro. That's from experience, and that's why I trust you with my taxes, my business, my personal, the whole thing. This was a great show, I think, man. I'm getting responses now on social media. People were like, "Oh, man, that's what's up." Y'all are laying it down, and I appreciate you, man, for spending time with the BEB family. And please give out your contact information again, because I know people are going to, once they hear this show, I'm actually going to play it as one of the episodes. They're going to be reaching out to you. So please let them know your contact information, man. Best way to get in touch with you.
Definitely. First of all, before I even say that, I want to say thank you, Jay, for having me on. I appreciate you as a friend and also as a client, man.
Yes,
I enjoyed this. I told you I would enjoy it. And, I know we were only originally supposed to go 45 minutes. We ended up going an hour and a half.
I know.
It's all good. You know, I enjoy stuff like that. I enjoy doing taxes, which most people don't. You know, and I enjoy helping people. So anytime we can do this again, man. How about we do it after tax season? We can talk some more.
Definitely.
Anyway, my number is 215-732-1146. My email is tmartin@tmrcpa.com.
Cool. Repeat that again, man, just so everybody get it.
Yep. Number is 215-732-1146, and the email is tmartin@tmrcpa.com.
Cool. I appreciate you, brother. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us, man. It was the first, the live calling show, man, went well, and I appreciate you, man. And I'll be talking to you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you as soon as we hang up, man. I gotta send you some more info. All right.
All right, brother. Take care. Thanks
all
for
right,
having
brother.
me.
My man. Peace. Hey, family. I think that was a great interview with Mr. Thane Martin. And if you need any tax advice or CPA, I'm going to tell you that's the man you need to talk to. You know how we do it here at the BEB family. Anybody that comes on the show, please support them. You know how we do it. So if you need to connect with him, his phone number for his office is 215-732-1146. 215-732-1146. His email is tmartin@tmrcpa.com. tmartin@tmrcpa.com. So there were a whole lot of takeaways in that show. And as you can see with the new tax laws, there's a lot of benefits to it as entrepreneurs. We just need to know how to navigate that. And so I think Thane did a great job of explaining and answering questions, to the BEB family members. Before we also sign off today, guys, just a little housekeeping. Once again, guys, please continue to spread the word about the show. I can't do this without you guys. I love you, and I tell you, the feedback that we get is tremendous. Also, today's live call-in show that we just played, man, it was a blessing for me to be able to interact with the BEB family, and it just makes me alive. My man Thane was like, yo, after we got off the line, he was like, man, that was hot. Let's definitely do it again. So we're going to keep doing these live call-in shows, and we're going to do them periodically. And I just need you guys, like I said, please spread the word, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. If you need to connect with me, if it's anything long, like I said, hit me at my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, Twitter, jjones001, Instagram, jjones4real, the number 4, REAL, YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, I just instituted a new text if you need to be notified of anything upcoming with a text. So just text BEB to 555-888. Text BEB to 555-888. And that's to be included in our text line. And it'll just notify you and give you some reminders about special events. We're not going to bug the bejesus out of you. But text BEB to 555-888. I had a ball doing this show, guys. The live show was hot, and we're going to be doing many, many more. Also, before we close out, once again, I want to thank the BEB family for your support and love. Please continue to share the podcast information. Go check out the blog, share it on social media. Also, if you want to get my book, don't forget you can get it at anewblackwallstreet.com, anewblackwallstreet.com. And if you need more, you can go to educatedecommerce.com for the new online course, educatedecommerce.com. Love you guys. I'll see you same time next week. Peace.